Flosstube, we're back. My name is Becca and this is Shadow, and you've reached SamBrie Stitches here on YouTube. You can also find me under SamBrie Stitches on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, and I now have a Gumrobe under SamBrie Stitches Designs, so lots of fun. This is Flosstube number 110, and before I jump into anything, I did not get to go on an adventure this time. My husband's normal day off, he had to go into work because the other person that works for him was on vacation and somebody had to be there. So you didn't get any cool outdoor photos, so I am filming outside so you can at least see some of the beautiful trees in my backyard here in the Pacific Northwest. So hello to all of my new viewers and subscribers. If you are just catching my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch. I'm new to quilting, I'm new to designing cross stitch. I do some wool applique, and sometimes there's some diamond painting, but very, very rarely. I just cannot balance all the things anymore. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. I know everybody on Flosstube right now is talking about subscribers. I have nearly 40% of my viewers watching my videos apparently consistently and not subscribing. So if you aren't subscribed, I'd appreciate it. Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl, and I have a pact that when we both reach 10K subscribers, we are going to go get stitchy tattoos, and mine's going to be Bigfoot cross stitching. So please share the love, share my channel, get me going so I can get that tattoo. I'm itching for another tattoo. So anyways, welcome back to all my returning subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Your comments have been just absolutely amazing, especially on my latest interview with the Flosstuber. I know that was an overwhelming and emotional interview at the beginning, and even for me, I was teary-eyed. So I'm so glad that Maria agreed to do the interview and be so open and honest and share with us her experience of, you know, what she went through when she was in Ukraine when the Russians invaded. So thank you so much, Maria, and thank you to everyone who's watched it and commented and left such uplifting and positive love and prayers for Maria and for the many innocent people in Ukraine. Quick life recap. It's actually been a crazy couple of weeks. Like I said, I didn't get an adventure with my hubby, which was a bummer, but it gave me an extra day to, you know, stitch, design. I actually did some quilting, so I'll show you. I did another row. That quilt is kicking my booty, y'all. Math is not my friend. I don't know. I'll explain it later. I did a model stitch for Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl. I absolutely fell in love with her patriotic snowman, so I stitched that up. So that's actually a finish that I'll insert. So that took up a good chunk of time. I think it took me, well, I worked, so I brought it as my work piece, so it probably took me longer than it would somebody else who, you know, had more stitching time. So it took me a few days. It was a lot of white, but he's so adorable, and I'm so happy for Chrissy. Her patterns are just being so loved and accepted in our community, and they're just adorable, and she's so talented, and she's the one that kind of inspired and gave me the little push to start doing my own design. So that was pretty cool. And then, as many of you know, I did post a video with a couple of my first two patterns basically, and an update on Asa and why I designed one of my patterns. If you didn't watch that, just a quick little recap. She's still in some pain, but not like she was before. Her vet visit is actually in a couple of days for the follow-up to the emergency vet visits. So we'll have more information then on what their plan is as far as medication and how to control this. She is on special food. I appreciate all the tips and advice that has been sent to me or left as comments. I've passed them on to my daughter. And I want to just say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I'm trying not to cry at this, man. I'm so emotional. I'm so sorry. I cannot believe the amount of love and support from everybody for my pattern. My pattern is just a tiny little thing that I figured somebody would just donate, like, you know, $2 or $3, download it, stitch it, not stitch it, whatever. I was blown away in the first couple of days after that video. Wow. Thank you. Asa thanks you. My daughter thanks you. We were able to pay off what was left on her care credit is what she used for the emergency vet visit. My husband and I paid for half of it originally, so we did get some of our money back for paying for it, which helped tremendously. She has some of the money for the upcoming vet visit that she has to pay for, and then whatever comes in after that for Asa's pattern will go towards her food, because her food is very expensive. It's a specialized food for cats with anxiety and crystals or something. But thank you. I wish that I could. I wish I had the words. I hope I convey how much your support and your love. And even if you didn't like download it or donate anything and you just left a comment with advice, that's huge, because we've never owned cats. Asa's our first, and of course, because of her history, we didn't realize that it was going to be as difficult for her to adjust and everything. So all the advice from cat owners and people who have gone through what we're going through means the world to us. So thank you so much. Let's see. And then the only other thing that happened yesterday, which was huge news. It's going to be a teaser kind of news, but so I went down to Portland to hang out with my beehive mother cluckers. And Susan Stanley joined me. So we met halfway at Krispy Kreme, grabbed some donuts, and she rode down with me. And let me just say, I think Susan and I are now besties. I cannot believe how much we have in common and how well we clicked. I mean, we've hung out before with other groups of people, but we've never had like one-on-one time until the car ride down. And she is an absolutely amazing human being, I tell you. And we are so much alike. We need to get like together somehow, meet in the middle again, but with our husbands, because I think the four of us would just have a blast hanging out. So if you've not checked out Susan's channel, I'll link it down below. She's so knowledgeable. I did an interview with her as well, so you can go check that out. But go give her some love and subscribe, because she is so full of knowledge and shows beautiful stitching and quilting, and she's just an amazing person. So that was a blast in itself. Then we arrived at Anna's house and we got to stitch in our beehive. Anna is Stitch Roadie and Quilt Roadie. And Anna's the queen bee of the group. And we sit and stitch. We love to listen to her talk. Anna's exactly what you see in her videos. That's her. She's just absolutely amazing. I adore her. She's just the best. And she hosted us. Heather, Punky Purls, another one of my besties. I love her to death, and she's the amazing bag making guru. You've seen my tote bag, and she makes awesome other bags. She does need to keep up on her Flosstube channel though. I know she watches my videos, so get on it, Heather. We need to see more of you. And then Audrey, Stitchywitch42, absolutely love her. And I'm glad y'all are showing her some love. She gained some subscribers on her channel. She deserves all the subscribers that we can get her, because she's also a storyteller, and she's so like down to earth, and she's funny, and she stitches like she stitches pieces that you don't always see other people stitching, and it's really cool. And she's also talented in other crafts too. She made us needle rolls out of toilet paper rolls, y'all, or needle holders out of toilet paper rolls. So she's just awesome. We missed Cheryl. Cheryl didn't come. She wasn't feeling 100%. She's one half of Stitching with the Sisterlies. And then there was Janine. Janine is the owner of Acorns and Threads, and she is a Beehive Mother Clucker. She comes and hangs out with us, and it's just so awesome that she's able to get some time off of work from the shop and just come and relax and just stitch and chat. And it was just, I love Janine. And if you ever need help with color conversions or advice, she is there. She is knowledgeable, and she's so supportive. And by supportive, it was funny because afterwards I went to lunch. My sister was there, and my niece also joined us at Acorns and Threads because we went there afterwards, Susan and Audrey and I. And after the meetup, I was in shock. I don't think I could really string a complete sentence together. The reason being, so I brought my finishes, my cross stitch patterns to just show my friends. I also brought them to my local stitching meetup too. You know, I'm just proud of them, and I wanted to show off my finishes. And, you know, they're all smalls, and they thought they were really cute and liked them, and they're very supportive. And then I show them the other piece that I designed that I need to start stitching. So I can't show it because it's the design, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because I don't want to ruin it. But it is a sampler. Yep. It is a like modern type of sampler. There's no alphabet in it. I will tell you, and I'll show you a hint actually. So I will tell you that this sampler is a very, very special piece to me. It is based on my adventures with my husband. And I'm actually really, really proud of it. So I showed them, I pulled it up on my iPad, and they all flipped out. They all flipped out. I didn't expect that. This was just a piece. I think it's going to be, if I did the math right, and you know me with math, we have to wait till it's stitched up. It should be like 7 by 9. So it should fit in an 8 by 10 frame in theory. We'll see on 18 count, because that's what I stitch it on. So I showed them this, and you know, they pass around my iPad because I design on my iPad. I just use Stitch Fiddle. I don't know if that's, I never meant to be professional. I just meant to do this for fun, to earn a little extra money to help, you know, pay for things. And Janine asked me if I could get it done by a certain month. And I can't put any information out there right now. I don't even know all the details. But she just goes, do you think you can get it stitched and like completed within this time frame? And I was like, oh yeah, that's like, you know, that's plenty of time. And she goes, okay, good. And I was like, and then she said something about an event that was coming up at the shop with another designer. And I'm, again, not saying anything, so please don't ask. This is not my place to tell all the details. I'm just doing like a little teaser because I'm proud of what I designed and I'm in shock. So she invited me to that event to feature my sampler along with another designer. What? I was like, I haven't even stitched it yet. I mean, I just designed it to stitch it and then just, you know, put it up on display for me and my husband, you know, for like, this is our ode to our adventures that mean the world to me. I am in absolute complete shock. So on the drive home, I think even Susan was shocked because all the ladies that were there know. And I think Susan kept saying like, you're a designer. And I kept going, I didn't expect this. I have no idea what to do. Like and you know, Janine said, she mentioned a couple people to reach out to for help, because I've got to get a business license, and you know, I've got to find a printer to print these, or I have no idea. I was just doing this for fun. And now I'm gonna she's gonna sell my patterns at Acorns and Threads, and talk about like supportive. I wasn't even expecting that. They didn't even cross my mind to hint or ask or anything. I was just like, this is what I made, and you know, and then this happened. And I'm in shock. So there'll be a lot of secret stitching for a while. I'm going to continue working on some other pieces too. And I'm going to continue designing as well. This one piece, it's going to kill me because I'm not very good at secrets. But I'm going to keep it a secret just because I want to debut it in hopefully all its beautiful glory. We're hoping that it's beautiful. But I will do one sneak peek, or like one sneak hint, I guess. Okay. And, you be the judge. You can guess all you want, but I'm just going to keep it a secret, just because, I think it'll be best, especially because for the event, for the people attending the event. So keep an eye out for any sort of announcements from Acorns and Threads. Sign up for their newsletter, because that's how Janine and the ladies, you know, get the word out. I showed a couple of the ladies at Acorns and Threads too, and they flipped out and they want to stitch it too. So I never imagined that people would want to stitch it. I mean, like, I don't know, it's crazy. It's blowing my mind right now. So like what I did with my other patterns, it's designed in DMC, but I've matched to Brandy Be Stitch Me silks. And the reason that I'm doing that, not that I got any questions, but I just want to clarify. Brandy is a good friend of mine. Brandy is an absolutely amazingly talented dyer. You tell her that I've done this to her so many times. Some of the fabrics that she has is because I said, hey, I need this, and I'm thinking about like these colors for this design, and bam, she does it, and then she lists it. So she's just amazing. She's a one-woman show. I've been with her from the beginning. Not that she's asked me, because I fell in love with her fabrics and then her silks when she started doing those. And I've been with her through her working full-time and doing the dyeing just for kind of fun, from her going to part-time and dyeing more, from her being able to quit her job and dye fabrics full-time, to her opening her own brick and mortar shop, like her own area to dye her fabrics. I am so happy for her. She deserves it all. She's just awesome, and she's so generous too. Absolutely amazing. And I don't take any credit. I just support her. I just support her because she deserves it, and her fabrics are amazing. If you've not tried her products and you want to, she's given me a code that I just put down in the description box for my subscribers. And it's a one-time code, and you can try out her fabrics. Just remember, she's a one-woman show, so she does, take a little while for you to get your fabrics. But if you want instant fabrics, you can join her Facebook group, and she does a Friday night fight night, and that's where she posts albums with all the different counts, and the first person to say "me please" claims that piece. It's just a one-time thing, and then she ships it out that following week, and that way it's faster. If you wanted to try it that way, you can't use the discount code on that, but they're so worth it. I still claim pieces even though she sends me some things to just stitch on. So yeah, anyways, just all of that information. So I try in a lot of my patterns, I have 4 in my sampler, to try to use the same colors throughout all of them. So if you wanted to buy the silks, and Brandy's working on, I think, a little smaller version kit for my Asa sampler that I'll show you. And maybe in the future she'll do a kit and a fabric or something like that for other patterns, or one that, you know, all the silks work for. So I have the DMCs and the silks, and it took me a while to match the colors. Some of them aren't 100% perfect, but I mean, if you stitched it DMC or her silks, I love the look of the silks. I've been using them because I just want to get Brandy's name out there more and have more designers using her products. Not that I'm ever going to be this huge, crazy, insane designer like, you know, Blackbird Designs or Teresa Kogut or, you know, any of them. Floss Bling, hint, hint, my adventures. The fabric that I'm using is, and I have it in a Q-snap because I was going to start it yesterday, but I ran out of time because I finished my other design there. So it's in a Q-snap, but I'm going to use Fall from Be Stitch Me. Hint, hint. This is from Rebel Designs. Colleen Rebel Stitcher Designs. So the sampler is 7x9. So it's going to be in this area. So there's not going to be too much of the orangish color. And I don't really have I don't think I have any orange in the sampler. But I loved this. It's like it's a foresty kind of feel. And it's just really like a really pretty color. It's an outdoorsy type of feel, I guess. I don't have 100%. I don't have a name for my pattern yet. It's going to be housed in my Bigfoot bag that Stitchtoolbox, my bestie Anna, made for me. I was thinking of like PNW Adventure Sampler or the Adventure Sampler, something like that. Just something that gives an ode to my, you know, every other Monday adventures with my amazing husband. So there's your sneak peek. So if you see a little bit less, you know, whips, I'm going to continue to focus on my husband's elk because I will never hear the end of it if I do not. I do need to get my Be the Change sampler finished before StitchCon, so that'll be a focus as well. So you'll see other projects. I'm not going to turn into it's all about me and my designs. I will continue to stitch other projects because I want other projects in my home. This is just a fun little extra thing to give me a little extra, you know, spending money and to help Asa with that one. Okay, now I have a fully finished. You've seen this finished before. I had dropped it off to be framed. If you've been with me for any amount of time, you know that I take my stuff to my local Michael's because I don't have anywhere to really, well, now Hobby Lobby just opened up here 5 minutes from me, so I might try them. But I think from now on, I'm just gonna mail my pieces to Acorns and Threads and have them do it. Reason being, I have had my ups and downs with Michael's. There was a lady that worked in the framing area that did absolutely amazing. Well, when I went to take this piece in, she had been promoted to manager or assistant store manager or something. And so there was a very young woman. She did know that this was cross stitch, but when I was explaining to her what I wanted, she's like, okay, no problem, no problem. You know, I was trained by Kristen, who was the lady. I was like, okay, if you were trained by her, great. So usually I like a 1/4 inch around my pieces. I just like, because I pick fabric that I kind of want, you know, to show it, and I like that little bit of a border. So she measures it and she's like, okay, I'll get it ordered. And I was like, okay, great. 2 weeks, you know, go by, and it was finished a day early, which was great. So I went and I picked 2 days early, but I went and picked it up the day before. So I picked it up Monday, and I go in and she goes, oh, by the way, the frame arrived smaller. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, the frame arrived smaller. Not sure what happened. Okay. The frame arrived smaller, right? It arrived just enough size to fit around my piece. So what I think she did was she just measured my stitched end to stitched end and then inputted it without the extra 1/4 inch. Yeah. I mean, I suck at math too, so I get it, but like this is supposed to be professional. So, and then she's like, oh, well, you know, we're waiting to see if you like it, or we can try it and reorder. It may take another couple of weeks. And it's not like I'm in a big hurry. This is a Halloween piece, but I was so frustrated because of my history with this store. And I keep saying, why do I keep going back? Why do I keep going back? Anyways, in the end, I decided it doesn't look terrible because the way that this piece was designed is it cuts off halfway through all the motifs anyways. So it's like a straight edge all the way around. So literally it is framed right up to the piece. And I don't think it's horrible. I think it works for this piece. Had it been something where it was cutting off my stitching, I would have not been a happy camper. But I decided to keep it. This frame has a little bit, I don't even think you could see it. It has a tiny bit of a purplish hue to it. And so because the piece, the fabric has some purple in it, we figured it would pull from that instead of just doing an all black frame. So in the end, it was a happy little accident, I think, as Bob Ross says. But I'm just really annoyed because it's just unprofessional, and I don't know, like it could have been worse, but it turned out great. So this is my finish. I'm going to keep it this way only because, you know, it's framed right up to my stitching and I think it works. So yeah. So this is Prairie Moon. Vine is the Trick or Treat. This was gifted, the pattern was gifted to me by Hallie, Stitching Big Things with Hallie. She's also stitching it. This was a Sal. You can still use the hashtag Prairie Moon Sal. But yeah, that's that one. And from now on, I am not using Michael's. The only thing is it was like a 60% off plus an extra 15 or 20%, whatever their coupon is. And so I wanted to save money. That was still expensive. But okay, so really quick, I know most of you watched my other video, but just in case you didn't or you're new here, I wanted to recap my designs that I launched. So this one is called Asa's Sampler. Asa is my grandkitty. She looks just like this kitty in here. And thank you so much for the support on this. It's on Gumroad. It's very tiny. It was my first, it's a mini sampler. This is 18 count, so it is tiny. But I'm really happy with it. It's super cute, and my daughter wants to hang it by Asa's food area so that it'll be, you know, it'll be with her. So yeah, it was pretty cute. And this is a bird. Audrey thought it was a dragon. So my first design, I gotta get a little bit better. But so the bird's name is Dragon now in honor of Audrey, Stitchwitch 42. So there we go. So this is Asa, this is Dragon. Dragon probably will not be making an appearance in any of my other pieces. He will get better. My second one is a freebie in support of Ukraine, also on Gumroad. And these both were stitched on 18 count Bronze Age from Bee Stitch Bee using her silks. In my patterns, they are designed and charted with DMC, but I put my silk conversions in with next to the DMC. I don't use a fancy program, but I've shown people my patterns, and Chrissy has stitched it, or like printed it off and said the patterns are great. They're in color with the symbols. So this is Pray for Peace. This is finished on a little sunflower stand that I found at Hobby Lobby. That other piece on Ace's sampler was Hobby Lobby as well. So there's this one. This is free. I do ask that you make a donation to whatever Ukraine, you know, legit charity that you support. So that would be awesome. And if you do end up stitching any of these, I would love to see them. Somebody suggested that I use like SamBrie Stitches designs as a hashtag, so that I can see, you know, everybody's work. So that would be kind of cool. The next one I haven't really shown, but I did list, is Be the Change. So this is also stitched on 18 count bronze age, and my older daughter model stitched it for me, so that I could get other things done. And I think she'll be helping me with smalls throughout, which will help tremendously. This piece I did not design, or I did not make. So many people had asked. This is a piece from Hobby Lobby. On my patterns, I do put the numbers and all the information for the finishing pieces I use. I'm new, so I'm using, like, right now, spring 2022. So, you know, they may or may not be there. I don't know how to, like, jump ahead or do any of that. So you finish, they would all make awesome little pillows too. The bees were included. There was a sign right here that said, like, welcome to our hive. So I just pulled that off, and I put some batting and cut out some sticky board and just pretty much put it right over the piece. And then just finished it with some more matching twine, whatever it's called. So I'm really proud of this one. It's tiny again, but I designed it to fit on here. So yeah, there's that one, Be the Change. That's listed as well. So the one that I literally just finished stitching yesterday, and I just FFO'd it. I can't even talk this morning. I talked so much yesterday, because usually I drive by myself, but when I have somebody in the car, oh, Carl! It's been a while since y'all heard Carl. He's the rooster that lives, I don't know, a street or two behind. And when I used to do my videos outside all the time, he became famous. So that's Carl. Carl may make an appearance in one of my samplers at some point. Yeah, I do have plans for future samplers. I can't believe it. Anyways, I'm so scatterbrained today because I'm so tired. I didn't get much sleep yesterday, and last night. So anyways, so I finished stitching this at the stitching meetup yesterday, and I literally woke up and FFO'd it this morning. So this is what I'm calling spring things. Oh, I forgot Shadow was out here. Oh my gosh. I just had a heart attack, and I have a heart condition, so that's awesome. Okay, anyways. Ooh, okay. So this is called Spring Things. This is stitched on 18 count Gaia from Bee Stitched Me. I named this fabric a long time ago. It's a beautiful springy, I should have brought it up here, but I've shown it in my past videos. So this is on Gaia, and this is just a whole bunch of spring motifs. And in my mind, it's really hard to design. It's really hard to put these little, because basically it's like little colored squares. You're just like boop, 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 and then you're hoping that it looks like something when it's stitched. So this is just a whole bunch of spring motifs, and my whole idea, and I was telling my sisters, I wanted to finish it in a round because I had this, which is from Target Dollar Spot. I don't know if they're still there. So I used one of our huge large cups that we have and traced around and cut out some sticky board, put some batting on it. These pom-poms are actually from Joann's because they have a longer piece of like mesh fabric attached to them. instead of having to cut the little tiny ones and pull it off. So I just glued the mesh fabric underneath so that the pom-poms went around. And then I added a little bow. I don't know if that works or not, but I felt it was too plain without it, but it has tulips on it. So this is Spring Things. It will be in my Gumroad shop soon as I take pictures and get it loaded. But I love how it turned out. The only thing that's not charted is I added 2 little French knots for the snail eyes. For some reason my program won't chart that, but there's a froggy and all sorts of things. And my favorite colors. It's not like too bright, it's not too pastel-y. I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is all Brandy's silk as well, so the conversion will be listed. But I love him. This is Spring Things. There may be, if I can keep up with it, like a summer and a fall and a winter things as well, kind of just with some motifs in a in a circular type of motion. I mean, it also can be squared up because they line up pretty well. So you could also finish it into an adorable little pillow. You could, you know, there's all sorts of things you could do with it, but I love it. And it's going to go in my spring display. So super proud of this one. It's pretty cute. Pretty cute. All right. So those are all my finishes. Whips. I have two whips because I stitched all of that. And I designed. So I wanted to get a little bit more progress. I do not know what just fell out of my bag. Oh, Krynic fell out of my bag. I wanted to get a little bit more work on the Glendon Place Gingerbread Grow Sal that I'm doing with Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl. It's called the Oh Snap Sal. You can still get this pattern through Carla at Cobweb Corner. So I love it. I'm not doing any of the beads. I am using Krynic. It's in a Just Crossing Stitches project bag, but I'm going to switch it because I was gifted this really beautiful gingerbread bag that a viewer made for me, so I need to switch it into that. I just didn't have time because I just shoved it back in here. The floss bling is from Chris Yo. She made it for the Sal. Oh Snap. And there's a little gingerbread on the back. These are the colors. So it's all DMC and some Krynic. And I finished this donut. It was a pain in the butt. I thought I was going to do the donuts. No, because it's all Krynic. And it just is, bleh, drove me insane. You will not see Krynic in my patterns. And I finished the donut holes and the back stitching. This is on 18 count opalescent frost. So there's still plenty of time. This is a year-long sal. It's going to take me a while. So join on in. It's such a beautiful, beautiful piece. Shadow, come here. Come here. All right, come here. Why you gotta bark and scare me? Okay, and then my next, lay down, lay down, lay down. And then my next one, of course, is my husband's elk piece. This is Elk Anthem by First Lady of Cross Stitch. It is a huge, huge piece. This is my, I think, longest ongoing whip because it was restarted, and I loathed just stitching on it for a long, long time. And now I love it because I see how excited my husband gets when I work on it. I did, let me look. I did 1,211 stitches this couple of weeks. So I'm at 36.13% is basically what I'm at. I'm gonna move my table over so that Shadow cannot get out. Tired of her barking and scaring mommy. And this is where I'm at. And the funny thing is, so I posted this for Common Threaded Stitcher as my longest ongoing whip. And then when I looked at the picture that I took, I about freaked out because I noticed, because I filled in over here, that where he's bugling, you could see the like air coming out of his mouth. and she down below is coming in quite nicely. But I did a lot of the blue stitches. There's a ton of different blues, but it's solid stitching. So this is on 18 count oatmeal, and I am in love with this piece now. If I could, I probably would just monogamously stitch on it. That would make my husband so happy, but it is just absolutely stunning. Stunning. Because when I look at it, I don't see that there's like trees here, but in the camera, you could see like the pine tree. Oh, love it. Love it, love it. This is housed in a ran. I don't know who made this bag. It was something I got off Stash Unload, but it's an outdoor bag. So those are my 2 pieces that I worked on. I'm going to try to keep at least 2 pieces in rotation to make some progress on that are not my sampler, and still continue to design smalls to get kind of ahead of the season, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. I still work on the weekends, 3 days. I wish I could have those 3 days. Maybe someday when, if all of this works out and I can just design, who knows? But until then, I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay, so that's it for my stitching. I'm just gonna show my quilt whip really quick for my daughter. And then I have, you know, stitching kindness and haul to do. So I did a 3rd row. So here's the first section, and it goes all the way through. So if you have been with me, you kind of know my struggle. These were supposed to be 9-inch squares. I had to end up cutting them down after being talked down off the quit quilting cliff from Heather Punky Purls. I thought that buying the jelly rolls from like Joann's, that they would all be 2.5-inch strips like it says, but apparently that's not the case. I've been told by a couple different people that they're not always the case. This is my 2nd quilt. The first one was 5-inch squares, so this is a little bit more challenging. So my problem is, like, they were not lining up the right sizes. So I cut them down to 8.5, which would make 8-inch squares. So my first 2 rows, fine. Then for some reason, my 3rd row, the first 2 squares were fine all the way around. And then the rest of them was like maybe 1/4 of an inch longer than the stinking first 2 squares. So I kept having to trim it down, and here I am thinking that, how can I screw up the measuring and the cutting so badly? I don't understand. I cannot comprehend what I'm doing wrong. But like, it still looks okay, and my daughter loves it, and I don't think you're gonna be able to tell that, you know, it's not, I can't see if you can see all of it, but that it's, you know, that it's a little bit shorter. Now I'm scared to death because my older daughter wants that butterfly quilt. It says beginner quilt on Fat Quarter Shop. If I can't even piece like straight lines together, how am I gonna piece like pieces to make a butterfly shape? I don't even know. I don't even know, but I'm going to do it because she wants it, and I already bought all the fabric from Gigi's Quilting, and that was expensive, so it's gonna get done. Whether they look like butterflies or not, that might be a different story. We'll see. Okay. What's new from the Fat Quarter Shop? So I received this. It is the Stitch Quarterly. So if you have not seen the Stitch Quarterly and you're getting it, look away. But I absolutely love the bag that it came in. It's super, super pretty. It really is. This is Tea Time. That's really cute. That is a really, really cute pattern. I love tea. It comes with, and I don't want to pull this all out, but I assume it comes with, 28 count mushroom Lugana. It comes with the DMC, a scissors. It looks like some lotion, some fresh citrus lotion. Look at the little teacup needle minder. It's so cute. And a John James needle stuck to it. How adorable is that teacup? That, I think I may stitch, but I don't think that I'm gonna do the mushroom Lugana because I like my Ada. So that is the Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly. Super, super cute. Thank you so much, Fat Quarter, for sending that to me. And I know that sometimes they list the patterns separately at some point too. So if you really like that tea pattern, you could get that separately at some point. Okay. After this, I will do the giveaway winners because I honestly totally forgot and did not pick ahead of time. So you're going to have to watch at the end, kind of like what Anna does, and I'll put the names at the end. So congratulations ahead of time. I'm so sorry. I'm so scatterbrained these past couple of weeks with everything going on. So I do apologize for that. I will do this as a giveaway this time though, since I'm not going to use it. 28 count mushroom Lugana. This is a 13.75 by 14 inch and it's a Stitch Quarterly exclusive. So that is, I'll just do that because I'm not going to stitch on that. I like to use Brandy's fabrics or Seraphim fabrics, one of the two. So if you want to be entered for this, please be a subscriber. Please be 18. I always forget to say that because you have to be 18 to give me your address. But please be a subscriber. I do want this to go to people who support my channel. And I do appreciate you watching without subscribing, but I do bonus videos and all that kind of stuff, so you'll miss out if you don't subscribe and get the notifications. So if you want this, just tell me what you'll stitch on this fabric. Fabric is going to be the keyword. F-A-B-R-I-C, fabric. Okay. Y'all, I'm gonna do my haul from Acorns and Threads. If you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, the sun's starting to blind me. I'm not complaining because we haven't seen the sun for a while. Yesterday was beautiful, today is beautiful. Anyways, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I had my daughter record me sneaking into the house last night from getting back from Acorns and Threads, and you're gonna see why. And this is not everything. I guess they didn't get a couple of my emails that I had sent for pre-orders. So a couple of the things that I wanted to pre-order, they were out of stock on, so I added myself to the list. One of them being the Blackbird Designs book, and the other one was Needfuls. I can't remember who it was by. Scarlet House, I think. It was like the little the little stitching pillows. So those two I put my name on. So I got only 2 skeins of silk because I was told that I can purchase these, but I can't really touch any of these right now until I get my sampler stitch. So that sucks. I could put a stitch or 2 in, but I have to really focus. And I get what the other designers that I watch mean when they say, you know, that they didn't get much stitching done. It's because you have to focus on, you know, if you've got a deadline. So I get that. But anyways, these 2 I needed for one of the patterns to kit up. Are you ready? I'm not even gonna say don't judge me. I'm proud of my purchases and I am okay with the amount that I purchased. Did I need any of them? No, I did not. Do I want all of them? Yeah. Am I gonna stitch all of them? Probably not. But it makes me happy, and my daughter stitches, so she may find something in this pile. So, okay. So the first thing I got that, you know, everybody has seen is the Humming of the Bees by Blackbird Designs. That is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. I love that. So there's that. Of course, Gather from Teresa Kogut. All my stuff's falling. Her books are amazing. Absolutely amazing. The charts are very easy to read, and it's very well put together. So definitely worth the money because you're getting multiple patterns. I did buy Flurry by Teresa Kogut. I bought, of course, Let Love Rain. This one I'm starting like as soon as possible, even if I can only put one stitch in. I think my sister and I are starting this on our, what would have been our grandmother's birthday, as a tribute to her. So, love it. Spring Quaker by Leela's Studio. Absolutely love this. Of course, I pick out these giant ones, and here I am designing small things. I'll probably not stitch the words so I could leave it out all year, but so how about that? Liberty Games, absolutely love, by Erica Michaels. That is just amazing designing right there. Amazing. Plum Street Samplers, God Bless America. Of course, I had to get that because you know me, I'm patriotic. Love that. I did get the Happiness is Homemade cookbook. I mean, it was only $8, so well worth it. I don't cook. My husband doesn't really work off of recipes, but hopefully I can get him. But look at the list of people in this book. Maybe someday I'll get to be in this book. Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. But we don't really have a recipe. I'd have to beg my husband to see if he would give up his secret Murphy family sugar cookie recipe, but I don't think he would. I did buy this, Acorns and Threads. They have needle minders and like little keychains or scissor pulls, and then a corner gauge. And so I had to get this because, you know, Acorns and Threads. Gotta support my shop. I had to get these pins. Oops. They're adorable. I mean, it has an eagle. I have to. I did get a tasket. And this is Rosewood Manor. This is also huge and beautiful. I got the hands-on design to go with those pins. But I will probably not finish it into a block. I will probably do the flat finish. So there's that. Whenever I get it stitched. Okay, so this I got. This wasn't a release, I don't think, but I got this. And hopefully, Coda, if you're watching, do not tell Brie. My younger daughter likes to take selfies with filters, and she always takes one with this stinking possum on her head, and it drives me insane, but she loves them. So I saw this and I had to get this and stitch this up for like Christmas or something for her. I think she's absolutely gonna flip out with this, and this is not that big, 87 by 75, so I could get that stitched up. But yeah, so that's gonna be for my younger daughter. This was I guess I hadn't seen it or don't remember seeing it and how to get it. Jeanette Douglas Matter in Hand. Love that. And of course I had to support, I'm so happy that Janine's carrying Cherry Hill Stitchery patterns. So I bought Home of the Brave this time. I love it. I like Land of the Free, but the Home of the Brave, because my husband was a Marine, I like that saying. I don't know why. I think it just, in my mind, it goes together better for me. So that was my market haul from Acorns and Threads. Insane. I'm insane. I know. I did get my floss fix from Fat Quarter Shop. They are greens this time. So I got Dandelion Stem, Tiny Vine, Prairie Grass, Joshua Tree, Muddy Puddle, and Wilderness. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, this was very, very sweet. This is a very sweet gift from Wanda. She just said, thank you for the wonderful videos. I enjoy them very much. And other very nice words. And that the fairy door that I thought was a needle minder from Clay by Kim is still sitting in the box. But look what she found at Maggie's Minders that I could use as a needle minder. I love it. Now I can finally use it because it's just been sitting here waiting for me to show it. So thank you so much for thinking of me, Wanda. It's so adorable, and it's got purple in it because purple is my color. I know many of you are not purple fans, and yes, I do use purple in my designs. You can always switch the colors out. It's not, I just want to see them stitched. That would be awesome. And I did order new business cards because I had to get things ready for StitchCon. There's a lot of writing on the front. I don't know if I'm a fan, but it's all of my information and my logo. And then on the back, I put the QR codes, one for my YouTube channel, and then the other for my Gumroad, for my designs. So I ordered a bunch of those in purple. So I'm super happy with how those came out. And then that was just from Vistaprint. So some stitchy kindness. From Corinne and Colleen, they are Grace Note Stitchers. I had heard about them, but I hadn't, you know, seen anything. And she had reached out to me and offered me a couple of pieces of fabric to try out. And she asked me like my color choices and stuff like that. And I said, you know, just surprise me. And she did. She sent me 2 fat quarters of 18 count. This is Joy to the World by Grace Note Fabrics. That is beautiful. That could even be a spring piece, even though Joy to the World is more of a Christmassy name. But that modeling is really, really pretty. It really is. So she sent me that. I think their names are really cute because I joined the Facebook group and I went and subscribed to her. They have a YouTube channel as well, which is pretty cool. And their names are pretty neat. And then this other one is called Sarah. And this is definitely a spring piece. It's a beautiful green. This could probably also work for the sampler that I'm designing as well. A similar color palette. So thank you so much for sending me the fabrics. I'm excited to try them out when I am able to start stuff again after I stitch my my sampler. So I went to Goodwill and I found a few things. I have no idea why I bought quilt patterns. No idea. Because I love how they look, but I'll probably never make them. But I did find a Pat Sloan and Company quilt pattern. This is Basket of Hope. And this was like $2. And it's really pretty. Really pretty. So I got that. And this one's Special Treasures by Sally Collins, Star-Crossed. This is really pretty too. This was $2. This I am in love with. I have not seen this. This is a Civil War Legacy Quilts for Reproduction Fabrics, Alexander's Bean Pot. I love this. I think I'm probably more of a reproduction fabric type of gal. I don't know. Again, I'm learning fabrics, but I really, really like that one. And then this one I got, it's Country Threads. It's called Loon Lake. I figured this would be kind of cool for my husband. but it has the things cut out. Like somebody, I hope it has everything, but it looks like somebody already like cut out the shapes. I have no idea, but it looks like it's just like a wool applique type of piecing. And look, Audrey, maybe I'll make that quilt block just for you. It's a raccoon. And then they had a Lizzie Kate pattern, and this is Dog Lovers. I'm not sure if I have this one or not, but if I don't, it'll be or if I do, it'll be a future giveaway. And then this I thought was really cute. This is Country Stitches, 'Tis the Season. This is by Brenda Gervais, but it's to make, like, I see a lot of people, like Cynthia Bruce, Stitching in Light, I think Olivia, Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. They make these cool little things. And so I found this and I was like, hey, maybe I could do something like that. I really, really like the snowman. So I might do that. That's so cute. So Goodwill finds. That is everything. Oh no, it's not. Just kidding. I had to look down. I have stuff everywhere. Okay. So at the meetup yesterday, Janine brought us some goodies. So she brought a big piece of fabric that Anna cut up for each of us. So we got a little bit of this for some backing fabric. It'd be cute for like a little travel piece. Maybe I'll design something that I can use this backing fabric for. No, don't you bark. Don't. Then she brought a floss holder thread keeper, and this is Moda Fabrics, but it's Blackbird Designs. That's just, I love this. I don't really use these, but I might use this. You're not gonna go bark. I'm almost done. Almost done, Papa. And then she brought a freebie that is from Romy's Creations, Bloom. And then she brought, I gotta reach down because the wind blew it. The blue flower, I'm not gonna show it, but it's the blue flower freebie. It's like a flower one that's really pretty. And then there was the hey, she snuck past me. There was a Teresa Kogut one that we all really, really wanted, so I'm glad that she brought that as well. So thank you so much, Janine, for bringing these and for just throwing me for a loop and supporting me. And then the last Stitchy Kindness, come here. Shadow, come here. We live on the corner if you're new, so I apologize. Usually I don't film outside anymore, but it was so beautiful and you didn't get adventure pictures. Shadow, lesson learned. Put the dog inside. Usually she's not this bad, but we live on the corner and people walk by and she just thinks she has to bark. Anyways, Susan Stanley brought me a gift. These are Ray Dunn eggs. They're so adorable. So there's these two. This one says chick. This one says hop. And then there's like a bunch of goodies and candies in here. And a little, I think this is soap. Yeah, almond butter exfoliating spa soap. Some candy, some DMC. There's a few DMC in there, and then the little counting pin. That was so very kind. If I would have saw these last night when I went through the bag, these would have been gone. Dark chocolate almonds. She just knows me without even like really knowing me. Dark chocolate is my thing, and I love these. Anyways, thank you so much, Susan. Thank you, Janine. Thank you, everybody, for the love and the support, and I appreciate all of you so much. I really, really am floored just by the past couple of weeks with my designs, with the support, with this new venture with Acorns and Threads, and here's to designing more patterns. Fingers crossed. So congratulations to the winners. They'll be listed at the end, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. 40% watching haven't subscribed, and I know I was scatterbrained today. I just have a lot going on in this mind right now, so I apologize for that. But until I see you all again, I hope you have an amazing couple of weeks. I hope that you can relax, you can get some stitching done, get out into the sunshine if it's sunny where you are. Fresh air, I tell you, fresh air just rejuvenates and relaxes. It's just so amazing. So it's nice that I'm sitting out here. I apologize for all the noises and the barking. There's no way I can edit that out, but I just wanted you all to see the beautiful sunshine and the trees, and enjoy it with me while watching the video. So again, until I see you all in a couple of weeks, happy stitching, everybody.